So the funny thing about trying reviews for the ride home on a rainy night, which I did try this time, the wipers don't make for a very good review. It's the whole time. So I guess I'm reshooting this one, but it's fine because it's a special one anyway. Because I just got home from seeing The Hobbit. Quick background about my feelings on the Hobbit movies. I don't like them. I really don't like them. The problem with them is that they're just too cartoony for me. They're too over the top. They're too silly. They make me laugh more than they make me feel excited. And the Lord of the Rings movies, sure, had their silly moments, but they at least I felt like I was watching a decently serious movie. The first and second Hobbits, I'm not into them. They feel dragged out. They feel weighed down. If you were going to split these movies up, I don't see any reason to not just split them up into two movies. First one being not, the whole up till Smaug part, and the second one being this movie. But I guess we gotta make it like the Star Wars prequels somehow. At the end of the day, I probably didn't hate this one the most. This is probably the worst, though, for story, because it just had no story. Hey, we're here now. Might as well have a gigantic fight. I guess it works for the exciting factor, which was missing from the other two. But the story just was not there. The story just didn't matter at all. And I guess it works to some degree because I was definitely enjoying myself more than I was in the last two. But that can't be it. It can't be the end of it. There needs to be something more substantial than that. The biggest problem for me, too, was just the opening. It was so unnecessary. When I saw the last one, I remember people being very angry with the cliffhanger because it was so unnecessary. We all thought, hey, this is going to be revealed in the first 10 minutes of the next movie. Guess what? It was revealed, it was resolved, and that was it. It wasn't really mentioned. While it led up to the events of this movie, it didn't feel like there was really much bearing on anything that had happened in the previous movies, except the rivalry with that one random white orc, which I still really don't completely get. Someone explain that to me. Or don't, because I really don't care. Point is, there's only one thing that makes me happy in a time like this. Golden Grams. Part of this balanced breakfast. I'm hungry. Don't judge me. It also has to be said, the Nostalgia Critic made a great video on this. He made a top 10 silliest Lord of the Rings moments. And one of the ones I really agreed with was, there are times when Legolas is a little too badass. He starts out being cool and, shooting really cool shots and making all these shots with his arrows that are probably pretty impossible by normal standards. And it's cool because, it looks realistic and fun. Then he slides down an elephant's tail, and it looks ridiculous. Nowhere is it more evident than in this movie. There's one scene where a bridge is collapsing, and he's running up the falling stairs. It's physics. What's that? He doesn't follow the laws of physics. Why would he? He's Legolas. I guess it's cool. Except the audience is laughing pretty hard when that happened. The audience around me was particularly having fun with that. They were laughing. Not what you want out of a movie like that. I'm going to take another bite out of this. You can't stop me. Movie theater snacks are expensive. Also, there were these giant, worm things that just came and left. Oh, look, tunnels that were made by these earth eaters. Oh, look, the earth eaters. Bye. Is it really bad that when I was watching those earth eaters, I kept looking at them and thinking, so if they eat earth, what do they I digress. Point is, Hobbit's fun. This one's fun. At least there's a lot of action. There's a lot of decapitation. There's a lot of gratuitous violence. It's just all really pointless. The story has no bearing on anything whatsoever. There's no weight to really anything because the story is so insignificant. Character deaths I'm more emotional towards because of previous movies than I am of this movie, and none of them are that emotional to begin with for me. I'm just not into The Hobbit. I can really do without it. Kind of like another major movie franchise that got 3 prequels. I guess it comes down to, if you're looking for Lord of the Rings with less story and more like the Looney Tunes, you're going to love this movie, especially because of Legolas. We're talking the silliest badass moments that Legolas has ever had. And you know what? It was the final Peter Jackson movie. He had to end it on a silly note. Silly high note, right? And that's got to be it. The Hobbit 5 Armies is good for what it is. It's not great, especially compared to what The Hobbit could have been. In one movie. I did see another movie tonight, but I'm going to make that a separate video because I wanted to make one specifically for The Hobbit. But go check out the other one. I went and saw Exodus, Gods and Kings. Man, that movie was really